今天上午，全加州反对Prop 16，也就是今年11月份加州的第16号公投提案的第10场车队游行活动在旧金山举行。同期举行的还有在南加州的尔湾。加州今年的第16号公投提案呢，它的目标就是要推翻1996年在加州经过公投通过的209法案。209法案呢，是禁止加州在公共教育、就业和这个合同方面呢，不能因为你的种族、肤色、你的原始来源国等等进行这个歧视。换言之呢，16号这个提案如果今年获得通过，那么以后在这些方面呢，就可以对一些种族进行优惠或者对一些种族进行歧视就是种族歧视合法化。所以呢，引起了这个广大加州民众的反对不仅仅是华裔，其他的各种少数族裔的强烈的反对。所以呢，这个车队游行活动在全加州如火如荼的进行。今天的车队游行呢，邀请的这个 speakers 就是这些演讲的嘉宾也是非常多元化的。我们下面呢就一起来听一听这个演讲。
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me here. My name is Stephen Martin Pinto. I'm running for District 7 Supervisor. I'm very happy to be here, very honored to be here, supporting your No on 16 campaign, which I very strongly believe in. Many years ago, our country took a pledge to end racial discrimination. We no longer discriminate based on race. Our country made the pledge that anyone, anywhere, is guaranteed equal opportunity to achieve greatness. Neither color of skin or gender shall hold back the potential greatness one can achieve. Yet today, this very principle is under attack. If we do not hold fast to these principles of equality of opportunity regardless of race, we risk repeating the very mistakes our country made many years ago when it embraced sanctioned institutional racism. This never was and never shall be acceptable. It's time we say once more, let us judge all men and women on the content of their character rather than the color of their skin. Vote no on Prop 16. I stand with you today. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful. Short and sweet. All right, good. Next to come is Christina Laskowski, Chairman of the San Mateo County Republican Central Committee. So we want to welcome her. She's very active in the community, has done a lot of things for the community. We want to welcome her. From the Filipino community, right? Great, all right.
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Or good morning, maayong buntag, if you speak Bisaya. My name is Christina Laskowski. As Raymond pointed out, I am the chair of the San Mateo County Republican Central Committee. I am also an adjunct professor. I am a native to the Bay Area. I was born in Oakland, grew up in Daly City and South San Francisco. And I was also fortunate to be accepted to UC Davis, my brother into Berkeley. But it wasn't based on the color of our skin. It was based on equal opportunity. And I support no on Prop 16. I agree that it is completely backward. It doesn't move us forward. And if we're focused, if this country is focused on diversity and inclusion, then that means diversity of thought. And the only way that you're going to get diversity of thought is to make sure that you don't make judgment calls based on the color of your skin. So I'm here today to pledge my support to vote no on Prop 16. I want to make sure that everyone has equal opportunity. I am also a community volunteer. I spend a lot of time mentoring young students. All my students actually in my master's class are international students. There's no one who's American, and I'm basically extending the same information and teaching them the same things that I would teach anyone else. So I would encourage everyone to continue to support no on Prop 16, we'll move this forward. We'll move the country forward versus backward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful, well said, well said. Next we have very quickly Gary Buff, and Gary Buff I just met over the phone here just a little while ago. He's an Indian American with a computer science engineering undergrad and also an MBA from Southern Methodist University in marketing and entrepreneur strategy. That's a long name. His career has been in the technology industry on the business front, and he's running for the city council in Santa Clara, District 6. So spread the word to all the people in Santa Clara. Let's welcome one of our allies of the Indian community. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raymond. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing this morning? Well, thank you very much for inviting me, Raymond. My name is Gautam Barve. I go by Gary Barv, and I'm running for City Council in Santa Clara, District 6. I promised Raymond I'm going to be brief and very precise and straightforward. So let me be very clear in saying this. Prop 16 is a race-based discrimination bill, and we should strongly vote no on Prop 16. Admissions to schools should be based on merit. Merit should determine who gets into which school. Qualities such as hard work, determination, resilience, and of course grades should determine how people get into schools. I mean, think about it. You know, let's say there's someone who has, of a particular race, who has, say, 95% marks and wants to get into a specific school. And then there's someone who has, say, 65% marks of a different race who wants to get the same spot. But because of racial inequality, you have the 65% person get that spot. I think that is extremely unfair. Say no to race-based discrimination. Say no to Prop 16. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gary. Let me tell you what, it's not easy to find politicians or candidates who are willing to take a stand on no on 16. But the American people, I believe Californians for the most part, are against Proposition 16 because we are truly for equality, not for special preferential treatment, right? Next we're going to have Jose Tesoro, a Latino activist, and I'll just briefly mention he's a political consultant, and he's also a friend of Gary and help him in his campaign. Thank you so much.
Well, we always know that San Francisco is kind of cold, but your heart and this unify make it warm today. And Raymond says today, ¿Cómo está? I say ni hao to the beautiful people in Chinese and any other racial over here. One more thing. What is the question today? Are they putting a trap on us? This is a political game. Or is that manipulation of the heart and the soul of the talented people that we live in the United States? We have to say no to Proposition 16 because our talent, our heart, our values are first. And like Raymond says, Martin Luther King, we carry not only his legacy, but Latin people believe in values and love and unification and also in prosperity and talent. I believe today we are unified together for the same purpose, not only for Proposition 16, but for every one of us to support America and to support every single human being, no matter what the race, no matter where they're born. We are here to support Proposition 16. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jose. Gracias. All right. Next, we're going to have Justin, a young man who has spoken in Fremont, in different cities, I believe in Pleasanton, and his mom would be proud of him. He's going to come say, if you would tell us a little bit, how old are you? And then he's going to come take the microphone, and afterwards we're going to have Jeff Wang, and I will introduce him. Let's warmly welcome our young man, Justin.
Welcome.
Hi, my name is Justin, and today I want to tell all of you guys what Prop 16 is from my point of view. I'm 11 years old. The American dream. My parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents came to America for a better life and had the highest aspirations and goals to be achieved. For the longest time, this is the image or trait of America, a place where anything is possible. Let me take you back to November of 1996. Proposition 209 had just passed in California, and almost everyone's perspective, this is the right choice. Proposition 209 added Section 31 to the California Constitution's Declaration of Rights, which said the state cannot discriminate against or grant preferential treatment on the basis of race, sex, color, ethnicity, or national origin on the operation of public employment, public education, and public contracting. Proposition 209 only helped the American dream and helped build a better and fair California with equal opportunity. Now, 24 years later, Prop 16 would eradicate all of that. If If Prop 16 passes, schools and workplaces can legally discriminate you or not accept you just because of your race, sex, color, or ethnicity. The official ballot describes Prop 16 to help create diversity, but however, that is quite misleading. At first glance, you think you are doing a good deed by voting yes, but you may want to look more in depth. If you and your best friend are the two top students in a class, and you being the best one by far, you think that both of you would go to good colleges. But no, you would not go to a good college just because you had the wrong skin color, and your friend would go to a good college just because he had the right skin color. Take a moment to think about that. Is that really giving everyone an equal opportunity? I can't control my race. This proposition would judge me by it. If this passes, does that mean I can't have an equal opportunity throughout my life? You can get discriminated from jobs and schools all because of my ethnicity? I have lots of friends that are mixed. What does that mean in their case? Do they choose their mom's or dad's race just to get preferential treatment? That really puzzles me. I have all kinds of friends from different backgrounds, and I never really paid attention to skin color, as it is something so irrelevant. We play video games, call, and play sports together, but we never, ever cared about skin color. But now it is brought to light so discreetly if this proposition passes. And I don't want to see us get treated differently throughout our lives just because of our skin color. You really want that to happen. Even if this does not discriminate against me, I don't want any preferential treatment. I want everyone to have an equal opportunity at life. This proposition is outrageous, and if it passes, then hard work doesn't matter anymore. Your skin color does. And I think every one of us here opposes this. Well, we here today come together to fight and defy this unfair and unjust proposition to help stop something from ruining the American dream here in California. No Proposition 16. Thank you.
Good job. Always, okay? Thank you, Justin. We need more young men like that speaking up. All right. Jeff Wang is a school board member of the New Haven Unified School District, and he's an entrepreneur. He's also one of the few Republican delegates. And so let us welcome him as he comes all the way to come to support us, and he has been a loyal supporter from the beginning. Jeff Wang, 我们欢迎你，谢谢你。
谢谢. Thank you very much to have me here. And my name is Jeff Wang. Okay, and well, while we're here, we come here to say no Proposition 16. Okay, Proposition 16 is a race-based bill, and it's been burned up many times. Why they burn this for? Because they say the minority is not represented and in many areas. Okay, that's not true. And we're looking for after Proposition 209, 1996, we see many minority, not just Asian, not just Chinese, that's include Latino, African Americans, and all the ratios increasing in the college admissions and the government positions. Okay, and we know the Proposition 209 is the bill and leading the whole state doing the right direction. Okay, we know the California Constitution. It said the state should not discriminate or grant the preferential to each individual or group based on the race, their color, their ethnicity, or the original they come from. So we come here to want to protect our rights. We are here, have many immigrants. I'm also the first generation immigrant. I heard Martin Luther King's dream. I have the same dream as Martin Luther King's dream. That's American dream. He don't want his children be judged by the races and the colors, but the contents. We too. We want all the kids to be treated the same. We are created equal. We're looking for the equal opportunity, not equal outcome. We must reward the kids, all the peoples they are merited, and hard work, not just give them the equal outcome. This bill, it's not helping California. It's just like a bandit. They looks good. Actually, they hurt the minority more. They will never achieve the close the gap. For instance, for the education, I am in the school board. I know how bad the California education is. Okay, they must funding more money for the education, solve the problem from the foundation, not just give the person the easy way to go. Okay, Justin and all the other kids, and in here, we promise you fighting hard. In November, we want to using vote to tell them, no, we do not want the Proposition 16. Meantime, I ask everybody, go to talk to your neighbors, talk to your co-worker, everywhere, at least talking 10 people. And well, in here, we want to name one person, one African-American person, Ward Colony. In 1996, he helped California, leading the California for the campaign, Proposition 209. Today, he's a continual, I think he's 92 years old, African-American, 81, I'm sorry, he's 81 years old, my mistake, okay. Yes, he's a continue to help us, and he created the California for Equal Rights. Okay, we were working together. We wanted using our vote to say no. In 1996, we have a 5% more margin to win the campaign. And at this time, we will do the same. We will say no Proposition 16. We want the Sacramento, the people to hear us. No Proposition 16. We're looking for the equal rights. We're looking for, we united together. Don't divide us. No Proposition 16. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much. You're all great. Next, almost the end of it. And we're ready to go out soon, okay? Well, I counted. I think we have about 100, close to 190 people here. And that does not include a lot of people waiting in the cars because they don't want to come out. And they're afraid of COVID-19. I'm not that afraid of COVID-19, okay? All right, okay. But we should be careful, of course. Next, we're going to have Dexter Lin, 15 years old only, but he's tall. Probably as tall as mom, right? And he's from International High School. Dexter Lin, right? Correct? Yeah. Leo, okay? And his family is here. And there are two other families who are here to support him. And he's passionate about fighting against Proposition 16. That put some of us to shame. So young, and you already understand the issue. What is it about? Telling everybody. So instead of me telling about it, let him come and tell you why he's against Proposition 16 with a passion. Thank you. 歡迎佢。
Hi everyone, my name's Dexter and I am actually 16, not 15, and I'm a high schooler. And the 1820s was the time when the first Asian Americans set foot on America in search for a better life and a better future for their children. Nearly 200 years later, Asian Americans are leading many of America's most valued industries, from high-tech and engineering all the way to healthcare and medicine. But guess what? We didn't start out that way. In fact, we started from nothing. We dirt poor immigrants who worked the most intense jobs for the lowest pay. But it was the hard work and family emphasis on education that was passed on from generation to generation that ultimately led to our success in today's society. Isn't that right? Yeah. Throughout our history in America, we have faced so much violence, so much discrimination and poverty. But even amid all this adversity, we still fought through. Across our UC campuses today, Asian Americans represent about 1/3 of the total student population. That is a number we should all be very proud of, which reflects our values of hard work and dedication that this fair American system rewards, not because of any racial preference or special privileges that were inherently given to us at birth. But what Prop 16 will do is take away this fair process of choosing applicants based on merit, replacing it with a new system that considers your racial background, which isn't something you can control as a factor. And the problem is that the people behind this proposition fail to realize that race doesn't fully determine a student's financial background. not every Asian student is well off, just like not how every Black or Hispanic student is of lower socioeconomic backgrounds. This means, for example, that if Prop 16 is passed, public colleges would favor a rich, wealthy Black or Hispanic student over a poor Asian student. Is that fair? No. That is both economic and racial inequality right here, right there. So to the politicians of the California State Legislature, please don't forget that we Asians are also minorities. We have always been among a minority that you promised to protect, but instead we're now feeling the same discrimination that our ancestors felt, as if the past is knocking on our door. We need to remind our politicians that we are a diverse group of people and that our Asian voices matter too.
That's right. Thank you.
存在公平、公正、民主嘅社會，先至會有膚色平權。存在公平、公正、民主的社會，必須是膚色平權。Demand equality for all. Say no to injustice. Say no to discrimination. Say no to Prop 16. Thank you.
Wow, wow. Takes a lot of guts to come out and say it. 16. All right. Very good. Last but not least, we're going to have Pham. And Pham is from the Vietnamese representative community. And we welcome her. She has an MBA. She's very active. She does a lot of things, and I don't have time to tell you what all that she does. She's also a library commissioner. So we want to welcome Pham, and also your friend. Where's your friend also? You want to introduce her too?
Lynn. Come on.
Thank you, Raymond. Thank you. Thank you, my driver. His name is Lynn. He drove me all the way from San Jose.
Oh, nice. Nice, Lynn.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ha Phan. I'm very honored today to be able to join all of you from San Jose Vietnamese community leadership. Why we come here today? We want to tell the world, we want to tell everyone that we don't want to be judged by the color of our skin. We want to be judged by our ability to contribute to this country. We come here because this country allows us to be treated equally. I come from a country where there is no human right. That is Vietnam. That's why I am right now human rights activist. I want to fight for the freedom, for the human rights for my country, Vietnam. And I will never give up, give in, surrender until my country will get all the human rights like every other countries in the world. This bill, Prop 16, will repeal Prop 209. This bill will divide us more. Yes, that's why we have to say no to it. We want to keep Prop 209, which prohibit the state to discriminate based on race, sex, and national origin and ethnicity. We want to tell everybody that we deserve the right to be treated equally.
Yes.
Are we right?
Yes.
We need to say no to Prop 16. We don't want to legalize discrimination. Keep it simple. Keep it illegal. Say no to Prop 16. Thank you, everyone.
演讲结束之后，就开始这个车队游行活动。在这个19街呢，是旧金山最繁忙的街道之一。街道的两边呢，都站满了举牌的义工，而且有100多辆车参与今天的游行，所以呢，场面非常的壮观。在19街上呢，一度造成了很多交通路口的拥挤，很多路人呢也鸣这个喇叭，对这个活动进行支持。这样的活动呢，让更多的人引起这个对16号提案的注意让他们来进行这个研究。相信呢11月3号这个加州的民众呢能够做出自己正确的选择。下面呢我们就来看这个车队游行的现场。 看这个角度不错。等会儿等他们的车转出来。
小心点哦！哎，你好，这个你好，来。
No problem. No on proper 16. 喊点口号。
bill will divide us more. Yes, that's why we have to say no to it. We want to keep Prop 209, which prohibit the state to discriminate based on race, sex, and national origin and ethnicity. We want to tell everybody that we deserve the right to be treated equally.
Yes.
Are we right?
Yes.
We need to say no to Prop 16. We don't want to legalize discrimination. Keep it simple. Keep it illegal. Say no to Prop 16. Thank you, everyone.